Hare Krishna, good morning. I'm going to read today from The Swami Who Rocked the World by Guru Das, how the Govindam tape that we listen to every single morning was created. I thought that was a kind of an interesting story. The Hare Krishna mantra was the first single we made. Govinda was the second single made by the Radha Krishna Temple and was recorded at Trident Studios located in an alley off Wardour Street near Piccadilly Circus. For this record, George consulted with George Martin, who was also known as the fifth Beatle, because his arrangements so enhanced the Beatles' music. For example, the violin and cello background in Eleanor Rigby with a symphony orchestra counterpointing the Beatles' guitars, bass, and drums was arranged and produced by George Martin. We visited him at his home, and he was a soft-spoken English gentleman, very efficient with his suggestions for embellishing our Govinda recording. He thought that strings, choruses, and a harp would go nicely with Mukunda's original arrangement. During this recording session, our mood was a bit more intense and uncertain. We rarely sang the Govinda Brahma Samhita prayers. We hadn't practiced much, and we now had to coordinate about 25 devotees instead of the original 6 who had recorded the Hare Krishna mantra. Furthermore, the Govinda arrangement includes several verses and choruses, Sanskrit words and phrasing, unlike the Hare Krishna mantra we were used to chanting 25,000 times a day. George Harrison directed the whole session, and even though we were under pressure to do our best with this less familiar mantra, he was a master at guiding our large group. George arranged a series of large sound-diffusing panels around clusters of our singers and instrumentalists. Ishan played the trumpet a bit off-key and too loud, so George sent him out into the hallway. Yamuna sang the lead verses, Mukunda was the lead mridanga drum player, and I was the lead kartal player. I played my rhythmic riff near the end of the song. Shama Sundar played the esraj, and Hari Vilas, who was born in Armenia, played the oud, his Middle Eastern notes cascading between verse and chorus. George played harmonium and guitar. George Martin directed the harpist and other members of the London Philharmonic, who created the huge ethereal world of sound that makes Govinda so unique. I never knew this. The recording was well accepted, it sold well, and again the Radha Krishna Temple made the charts in many countries. To this day, the recording of Govinda is played every morning to greet the deities in every ISKCON temple on the planet. And still, whenever I hear the chorus building up at the end of Govinda, tears come to my eyes. Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, and his original disciples ki jai. Okie dokie. So we want to welcome devotees visiting us from Potomac Temple, Padma Malini and Deva Prasta Prabhus. Hare Krishna, welcome here. Glad to have you in our association. Okay, let me remind you about Radhastami coming up next week. So on Friday the 2nd, we'll have the boat festival for Chota Radhe Sham right out here in the fountain. And everyone's welcome to come, 6:30 p.m. on Friday. And then Saturday the 3rd is the big festival for Radhastami. We have the scheduled Mangalartik, then Guru Puja at 8 a.m. We'll greet the deities, new outfit of course, sponsored by the Radharani Club. 8:30 we'll have a special class in the morning, and 9:30 there'll be bhajans and abhishek by the temple pujaris. And the viewing for the deities will be open all day long. They'll be dressed at 3:30 to 6:30. That's when the curtains will close on Saturday for the special evening outfit. And then at 1 p.m. we're going to have Radharani's feast. So I went over how we're going to serve that feast yesterday. We'll put it in the newsletter. I'll remind you we'll have 4 lines. Everyone will line up. 1 line for Prabhupada disciples and seniors, 1 line for mothers with children, and 2 lines for everybody else. And then you'll come and get your plate. You can have up to 2 plates. If you need more than that, you wait till everyone who's out here in the hot sun gets their prasadam, and then we'll be happy to serve you. We're trying to make enough for everyone, so don't worry that you won't get any. We will get it for you, but we want everyone who's waiting to get theirs first. If you're serving, or if you need plates for donors, we will pack those first before we start serving the line, so everyone will be able to relax and get what they need. At 5:45, we have the Radha Sahasranama Stotra Homa outside, and at 6:30, the Sundar Artik, the big kirtan, and then the special evening darshan, where you walk through and get to view the deities up close. Okay, so I have a pledge right now for half of the Radhastami feast. Yesterday I got 2 very nice donations, so we're getting closer. You don't have to give the other half in full, $1,500. If you can't do that, then just give some of it and we'll have it add up. So I'm sure that will be coming, no problem. Bhadra Purnima is the book sets of Srimad Bhagavatam program that we're doing right now, so please read about it in the newsletter so you can understand more about why this is such an auspicious time, especially to sponsor sets of Srimad Bhagavatams. And then the other stuff that's in the newsletter, you can catch that in there. If you don't get it in your email box, go to alachuatemple.com. On the top menu bar, it will always have the latest newsletter posted. Let's see, this Thursday, that's today, 6:30 p.m. outside with Ram Gardner to take down the 2 big tents. Anyone who's able-bodied, we would so appreciate your help. Ram takes this responsibility on himself every year, and it's a big deal. These tents are no joke. So please come out and lend a hand or send us your teenagers. We will be happy to work with them. And finally, we have a very special birthday blessings to give this morning. Sharanga Thakur Prabhu is having a birthday. And this is, a carpenter extraordinaire. I mean, just right now in the temple, he did our bookcase. He did this case for our instruments. He did the archways outside all over, and so much more. He's just the sweetest, wonderful devotee to work with. I wish we could clone him. But anyway, we wish you a very happy birthday and a very healthy, happy year ahead. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Here are the devotees who assisted their spiritual master dressing the deities today. Shri Shri Radhasham Sundar Ekadasi Vrata Devi Dasi. Chota Radhasham Sundar Kirtan Devi Dasi. Shri Shri Krishna Balaram Govinda Mohini Devi Dasi. Chota Krishna Balaram Krishodari Devi Dasi. Shri Shri Gornatai Icha Shakti Devi Dasi. Chota Gornatai Rishi Murti Das. Gurus and Lord Nishringadev Krishna Kripamoya Das. Pundarik Vijayanidhi Prabhu is giving class this morning.